Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I built my backend for my KivyMD to-do app. In the previous video, we did the UI. So in this video, I'll be walking you through how I built the backend functionality. So you can see I already done that already. We can add a new to-do list, which is, let's say, learn programming. Okay, when I click on this icon button, it's add. Okay, you can see that it add at the top. You can also delete. Okay, you can also mark as done. So let's say we mark this as done. Let's say we have done that and we mark as done. We can mark as done as we like. So it's saved into the database. So I'm using the KivyJSON database, which is a lightweight database whereby you save all the actions on my KivyMD app to a JSON. So I'll be showing you how I did everything. And we also have the search box here as well. We can search. Let's say we want to search build the UI top app bar. So let's say we want to search. You can just search build. Now you can see it already shows us what we are searching. Build the Kivy UI top app bar. So let's say we want to mark as done or we want to delete. You can just click on the delete, then it's gone. Okay, we cleared the search box and you can see this is it. So let's get to the coding aspect where I will show you how I build the backend functionality. Okay, the first thing I did for my backend functionality is that I added the MD text field max length text, which the max text length is 65, as you can see under here, 0 to 65. So when you insert word to it, once it is greater than 65, to show that it is more than 65. But I also add the function that if the word is 65, it should stop typing. So which I have done here. I'll show you on my Kivy screen here. Okay, so as you can see here, I set def function text length self text field if the length of text field.text is greater than 65. The text field.text should be equals to all the text field that I've inserted. So which I'm doing here. Okay, so if you check my Kivy text field, you will see on text, you can see on text root.text length self. So that means on text, when you are typing, that's the meaning of on text. On text, when you are typing, it should run this function, which I've done here. Created the function def text length, as you can see. Okay, that's the first thing I did. The next thing I did is that I integrated the plus icon button to add to do items. Okay, so I make sure if you check my Kivy file properly, in the previous UI that we did, we have a functions, the to do item whereby we have the radius, the orientation, the size, and everything, and the text checkbox and the label, which we added manually. But now we want to do it that when we insert text here, when we click on the plus icon button to add to do item, it will show at the top. So the same code I wrote into my back end, which is here, I created a function add list item. You can see here I have box layout, radius, orientation, and every other thing, and also the relative layout, the checkbox, and the label for the text, and also the delete button, which is the tab button that I'm using. So everything is here. I just create a function to do that. Now After I've done all this, then the next thing is that I create a onRelease function as well for the button. Let me show you that thing, which is here. onRelease root.add-todo. So the root.add-todo, what I did here is that it's going to add all the text I've inserted into the to-do list. Now, this is it. This is the function add-todo. New text set.id to-do item.text. That is taking the text of the to-do. It's taking the text of the to-do, the input that I insert is going to take it. Let me show you here. The ID is to-do item, so it's taking the text of this text field. So self.id.todo item.text. If not new text.strip, it return. So this is just mean that if the text is empty, it should not do anything. So now I'm using a key. So the next, each text have their own unique key, and we also have the timestamp. The timestamp is the time that the text was created, and complete is false. So this complete is false means that the check button is on check by default. So this is the lightweight database I use from kivy.storage import JsonStore. So this is the one I'm using. So I already created an onPost function, on Kivy post function, whereby it first on Kivy post function means that when you run your application, it first do this action. So self.store JsonStore, the name of the JSON is todos.json. So it loads this JSON file. Immediately you run your application, it first load this JSON file first. That's what I did. Now I've already created the self.store. So self.store.put, it insert the key, the text to be new text, the timestamp, and the complete to be false. So then what I do again is that it add the item, self.add item. So it adds the item and insert it to the top. So I also did a clock.schedule once. So this is just to scroll. It's a scroll view, whereby you scroll to the top when a new text is added. This is what I did for that. And for the delete function, what did I do? For the delete function, I only implement this is the function for the delete MD5 button. So what I did is that once we click on that delete, it's going to remove widgets. So it's going to remove widgets. I'm going to show you where I input the code. Okay, delete to do. This is a function which will be added to the onRelease button. So delete to do, self.instance, and the to do text. So for the key in list, or all the keys in the list of keys. So if the self.store.get key for this test, if the self.store.get key, the key in the database is equal to the text of that button I'm clicking, then self.store.delete, it deletes from the database. It deletes immediately from the database. After I delete from the database, then self.id.todo list, remove widget. It's removed the widget. It's removed the widget. So you can see that I use instance.parent.parent. This parent, I'm using two layout for it, which is this is the parent for the relative layout, and this other parent is the parent for the box layout. So in this to-do item list, I use the relative layout to position it like this, and the box layout is this white box you are seeing. So it will remove all the box layouts directly. It's not that it will just remove the text and the check button and the delete button. It will remove the white widgets away. That is why you are seeing instance.parent.parent. Okay, that is for that. And for the checkbox as well. For the checkbox, I only do toggle to do. So for key in the list, for all the keys in the list of store. So if the self.store.get key of the text is equal to the text that I'm clicking, if the key and the text is equal to this text, self.put key, it's change the instance.active, it change the complete to be true. So instance.active, when you click on the checkbox here, it's going to send a command that it is true. So that is the meaning of instance.active. For checkbox, we have instance.active is going to say true. When you uncheck it, it's going to say false. So that is how this toggle button works. So it's going to save to the database. So when you uncheck it, you say false. To write to the database that it is false now. When you click, it will write to the database that it is true. As you can see that one now. Okay, the other thing I did is the search box. So the search box is just a simple code that I did, which let me show you that. Okay, for the search box, I first did this search to do, whereby I use on text. So where we are searching on text is going to first search. This is the search text, search widgets.text.lower.strip. So it is going to take the text, and as well the to-do list height to be 0. Yeah, this is just a normal function. And if not search text, is going to run the reload to do. I'm going to show you the reload to do function. So this is it for key in key.store key, self.store.get key. So data.get the text. So data.get and text. So when we are typing, it's going to be running this function. When you are typing, it's going to be running this function. So if the search text is in text.low, it add the item first. So if the search is in the key, so it's going to add those items first. That is what I did. It's going to ask, so it's going to add them first. That is only what I did. So let's say I want to search KivyMD, it add it first. If this text here is in the database and is the one that I see first, it's going to add them first. Are you getting me? So this is everything about what I did and the functionality. And even you reload, let's say we reload this application now, the checkbox is still going to be checked. Let's check it out. Okay, let's say I want to reload this application. Let me reload my application. Okay, let's check if the checkbox is still checked. As you can see, the checkbox is still checked because it is loading from the database. All function is loading from the database. Every function is loading from the database, which is here as well. On Kivy post, I said on Kivy post, so it will load from the database. It will add items. So I use to do the sort reverse. It sorts them through based on the timestamp. So they sort them based on the timestamp. So the latest is at the first. In the next video, we'll be packaging this KivyMD To-Do app into an Android application or an iOS application. So if you find this video helpful, click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll meet again in the next part 3 of this video. Thank you.